What is going on, guys? FaZe Intern here, back with another video. So today I'm going to be showing a loadout video. And this loadout does include a knife. It includes most of the guns that you see here. Alright, so let's go for the loadout. So, first thing we're going to have is the torque. And the first thing is we're going to do the pistols. The USPS, I use the torque factory new for about 70 cents. That's mine. Now for the dual Berettas, this is probably one of the biggest wastes of money. Let me change these audio settings really quickly. The volume, oh my gosh, it's really loud. Alright, but here we have in the loadout, I just said the dual Berettas, $1.50 for the skin. I just really wanted to stat track dual Berettas. And for the P250, I use the Franklin, which is just, it's just awesome. Look at this. It's money. And then for the 5 and 7, I use the banana gun. Not surprisingly, for the R8 revolver, I use the amber fade. And then next for the Teesside, I use the Glock 18 Weasel for that, and I use the Tech 9 re-entry. But I could also use the C75 Auto or the Desert Eagle, Stat Track Desert Eagle for my replacement of the R8 revolver. In next section, we have the Heavies. I use the Nova Candy Apple, about 6 cents. It's beautiful. It's factory new. It's pretty nice. I have a bunch of souvenirs, if you can tell. So I use this for the auto shotty. I use the Stat Track Clue Burner. It's about $2. You don't need to spend that much money on it. So for the sawed-off origami, use the factory. For the sawed-off, I use the factory new origami. It's coming in at a really, really cheap price, like 10 cents or something, ridiculously low. And for the M249, I use a system lock. And for the Negev, I use a souvenir Negev Kelly camo with a bunch of stickers on it. And for the CT side, I have the Mag 7 Cobalt Core, and that's the only thing that changes. Now, for the CT SMGs, I use the MP9 BioLeak, which is it's not that expensive. By the way, this loadout is under $100. It should be under $100, as I've calculated. And then for my MP7, I use a Stat Track MP7 Special Delivery worth $2. I got it in a case. My first case ever I got it. And for the UMP, I use the Stat Track Delusion, about 60 cents. I use the Shapewood for the P90, about $1. And I use the Blue Streak Field Tested for the Bison. Now let's switch to the Teesside. I use the Mac 10 Malachite, which is just really a nice looking Mac 10. And that's the only change. And for the rifles, now this is where it gets expensive. This might get expensive here. I use the Stat Track Op Worm God, just starting it off with the Op. It is about $3 on that thing. So for the glue, I use a 30-cent Rocket Pop that's Stat Track with 2 stickers, which is not that much. For the AK, I use either the Stat Track AK-47 Elite build, which is about $2, which it's Stat Track, or I use the Cartel. I just did a trade up with Mac 10 Malachites today for the Cartel, which is a nice trade up. And for the SSG-08, I use a Stat Track Slashed Field Tested for 50 cents. I also won this Stat Track G3 SG1 ventilator in a case, the Gamma 2 case. And I have a Stat Track SG553 Atlas for like 30 cents or something. Now for the CT side, I use the FAMAS After Image. You don't have to spend that much money on a FAMAS. I just use the FAMAS often. And for the AUG, I use the Chameleon. Now this, it might be my favorite just red skin that's not a knife of all time. That's pretty amazing. One of my favorites. And then I use the M4A4 Griffin, which I like. And then for the M4A4S, I would use the Nitro, which I have. And then I also use the Scar 20, Stat Track Scar 20 Grotto, or I could use the Power Core or the Carbon Fire. I have a lot of them. For my knife, I use a Falchion knife case hardened for both teams. It's sort of expensive. It's about $60, but I got it in a Falchion case, and I'm really glad to have it. And then for display, I have nothing. And for music kits, I have, unfortunately, nothing. So that is going to wrap it up on this really cheap, under $100 loadout. Should be under 100. Yeah, it should be. I guess that's going to wrap it up for this loadout video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe for more CSGO videos and Unturned videos. Hint, 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 that's an Easter egg. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe for more.